Kemp to first. What a play.
Ooh, look at Tony Kemp doing his best to show the world that he can still play a good second base. I'll be honest with you guys, even when he was with the Astros, I don't remember him playing a lot of second base. I thought he was an outfielder, but that's all besides the point. It's time to start talking baseball now. What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another Major League Baseball recap. I have not posted one of these in a few days because I was in San Diego with my girlfriend. I have been grinding so hard the last couple months. I have not missed too many recaps, and if I have, it was because I'm traveling. And other than that, I haven't missed an upload in almost 4 or 5 months. So I hope that you guys can see it. And if you guys enjoy my effort, make sure you slap a like on this one. Also, for those of you that expected a vlog from the San Diego Padres game, my camera mic completely screwed up. The audio is non-existent. It's completely silent. I was so upset. It was a great vlog. I'm sorry, guys. But without further ado, let's start talking baseball. Whoa. Actually, hold the phone. We have one clip to show you guys from the Little League World Series. And this guy, I am going to call him, so I don't know his actual name. I do know that Jerks and Profar's brother is on the same team. I don't know if it's the same player, but I'm going to go ahead and call this kid Ronald Acuna Jr. because he looks exactly like him.
That one to center field and deep. Curly Martha goes yard. 2-run shot and a 5-2 lead for Curacao.
Curly Martha gets this ball up, out, over, and watch the swing and the hand up in the air.
Boom.
I thought that was a really cool clip I saw on Twitter. And speaking of Twitter, I am doing a giveaway right now. If you guys want to win a Players Weekend hat, go ahead and follow me. It's going to be at Fuzzy from YT. The link will be in the description down below. Okay, now we have everything out the way. We can start talking about Major League Baseball. Alex Bregman is playing at an MVP level right now, and his team, the Astros, were going up against the probable MVP in Mike Trout and the Angels. Michael Brantley also got in on the action. Alex Bregman is now up to 31 home runs, I think. The guy almost has a 1,000 OPS. I'm telling you, if Mike Trout did not exist, he would most likely be getting the MVP along with Rafael Devers, but the fact that the Astros are in first place and the Angels aren't, I think the conversation still has to be had for the sake of things. But if you guys missed the Astros and the Angels game, here's a quick little recap.
And he crushes one to right field. This ball's gone! Michael! That ball's driven deep to left field.
Just hit a homer.
Bregman has just set his career high. Home run number 32, a 3-run shot. The Astros lead 5-0.
Bo Bichette has been a monster to start his rookie season. In 2019, this guy is already up to 8 home runs. He was setting records in his first couple games. Teoscar Hernandez is also having a really good comeback season. So the fact that the Blue Jays, they're very, very young. It's just their pitching isn't that great. I'm actually curious to see what their team is going to look like in 10 years. Is Vlad going to be on the team? Is Biggio going to be a good player? Is Bichette going to break out even more? I'm not really too sure. But luckily, the Blue Jays, they're seeing some glimmers of the future. And honestly, it seems pretty bright.
Drive left center field, and it's going to the fence.
The Dodgers versus the Yankees, the two best teams in Major League Baseball. We have Goliath versus Goliath. The first game, it was the Yankees kind of running away with it. I think it was a score of 10-2. Yesterday, it was a much closer game. Aaron Judge home run, Justin Turner hit a home run. I mean, the Dodgers versus the Yankees. I somewhat wish that this series would have happened on a different weekend because I wanted to see the iconic Dodgers uniform versus the iconic Yankees uniform, but instead we get white versus black. I love the all black jerseys, but the white ones, they look terrible. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you like the uniforms? Do you dislike them? Either way, I mean, I just want you guys to let me know. And yeah, Yankees versus Dodgers. Let's see who took the dub.
Turner hits a high for the Yankees. Swung on and hit it to center. It is high.
Kind of hangs Muncy out to dry, and Gardy's straight into the bag. That's a very legal slide in my mind.
And did the throw beat him or not? And they've overturned the call.
And Sanchez coming up. He struck him out.
One fun little fact about that game is Aaron Judge's home run for the New York Yankees tied a Major League Baseball record back in 1987. The Baltimore Orioles hit 58 home runs in a single month, and the Yankees just tied that with a couple days left. So they're obviously going to break that. But one more home run record that we have to talk about is Pete Alonso from the New York Mets. He has 41 home runs, which is tying a franchise record for the New York Mets. And considering it's his rookie season, I mean, his ceiling, he hasn't even reached it yet. Unfortunately, though, the Mets bullpen is not very good. Ronald Acuna Jr., the actual Ronald Acuna Jr., he leads the comeback for the Braves as they steal a win. Sorry, Mets fans. I'm actually not too sorry because you just swept the Indians, so you'll be fine.
Fastball hit high in the air, deep to center. This could be it. Acuna back. There it goes. Number 41. Line drive. It's in for a hit. That's going to score Tega. Look at Hamilton fly to third. And Ronald Acuna Jr. midway between first and second. And Hamilton comes charging home.
With that loss, the Mets are now tied with the Brewers in the wild card race. They're in 4th place, which that means they're a few games back, but considering 4th place only means you're 2.5 games, I think they're going to be all right. Now, speaking of the Brewers, they were able to get some help yesterday from Eric Thames and a guy named Trent Grisham. That's the first time I've heard that name, but they have back-to-back home runs as the Brewers are trying to keep up with the Cubs, the Mets, the Cardinals, the Nationals. There's so many teams going for division titles and wild card spots in the National League that it's a daily thing. We're going to talk about it every single day from now until the end of the season because there's about a month left, so let's see what happens.
And sends one to right, deep. To the wall is Jones, leaps and gone for Eric Thames.
High drive again. Deep right. A second deck shot for Grisham. 2-0 Brewers.
Brock Holt. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Brock Holt. If you don't know who he is, you're going to know right now. Brock Holt. BH.
Brock Holt gets in. It's a high fly ball, right field deep. Renfroe back to the wall, leaping up, can't get it. That ball is gone. It's out of here. Brock Holt will touch them all in the 9th inning and put the Red Sox in front.
So with that swing of the at-bat, the Red Sox are now sitting 6 games back in the wild card. Obviously, they are not going to make the comeback for their division title in the American League East. But if we're talking about wild card, do you think that it's going to happen? I think that 6 games is pretty insurmountable. I mean, the Indians did come back from 11.5 games, so at this point, you can say anything is possible. But, I mean, it's just the Red Sox. They're trying their best. Their offense is firing on all cylinders. Their pitching was really good a couple days ago. Eduardo Rodriguez, I think it was an 11-0 shutout. I was actually at that game. But, yeah, the Red Sox, scary team. I'm looking at my script right now, and there was a lot of games that happened yesterday because it was Players Weekend, so pretty much everyone was playing. The Giants were going against the Oakland A's. One of the craziest things I've ever seen happen in that game. Buster Posey hit an absolute screamer to right field. Steven Piscotty lost it, and he kind of just said, well, I can't see it, but let me stick my glove out, and he makes the catch. Now, unfortunately, the A's did lose, and now they're half game back in the wild card race, but I thought that was a pretty crazy play. Stephen Vogt and the Giants, they had a giant win yesterday. You like that?
1-2 pitches, line toward right. Piscotty loses it, and he still caught it. You talk about ball finding glove.
In one run scored on a wild pitch. That's hit high and deep left center field. Way back there. Adios, Pablo.
One piece of news that we have to talk about from the Giants is kind of sad because Pablo Sandoval, he was having a decent comeback season. He almost had an 830 OPS. Now, he was hitting about 265, which is not that great, but I think that we can all agree that Pablo Sandoval was having a decent season, but unfortunately, he's down with Tommy John. We're going to go ahead and talk about the Phillies game because Corey Dickerson and Scott Kingery, they are carrying the load right now as Bryce Harper is out. He's going to have a mini Bryce Harper. You know, he's having a baby, and a lot of people are saying, yo, Bryce, can you come back? You're playing the Marlins. You don't need Bryce Harper right now. Stop trolling the man and let him have his kid. $330 million is a lot, but I think that if you're a human being having a son, you're allowed to get off work. Leave him alone. So Corey Dickerson, Scott Kingery, take it away, gentlemen.
A high fly ball to deep left field. Dean's going back to the wall. It is off the top of the wall. And a line drive base hit to left field. Out to left field. Dean was playing in. He serves it the other way. And he lines that one out toward right center field.
So a few minutes ago, I talked about how the Indians came back from an 11.5 game deficit to the Minnesota Twins. Now, unfortunately, the Twins are still playing really good, so the Indians are 2.5 games back at first place, but both teams won yesterday. The Indians won courtesy of Franmil Reyes, and also the Twins. They were losing to the Tigers. I thought that they were going to actually take the L, but their offense, you can never count them out. So Miguel Sano comes in clutch for the Twins, Franmil Reyes for the Indians. Also, Jose Ramirez has a broken hamate bone. He swung on this swing right here and it broke. So yeah. Jose Ramirez is going to be gone for a while. But luckily we have Franmil Reyes, who hopefully is starting to heat up. So anyways, Indians, Twins, it's your turn.
There's a drive to deep left field. That is long gone to the home run porch. La Mole with a 2-out, 3-run homer. The Beast has struck here in the third, and the Indians have put 4 on the board.
The big man with a big fly to left. Deep to center field. Castro going back. It's gone. Another home run for J.K.
The St. Louis Cardinals, luckily for me, because I predicted them to make the World Series in 2019, are playing great baseball right now. Their pitching with Jack Flaherty and Dakota Hudson has been elite. Paul Goldschmidt and their offense is just, it's doing what they need to do. Marcell Ozuna is doing his thing. The other guys are contributing. The only person that really is just awful in that lineup is Matt Carpenter. So if he gets it going, as well as the other guys, the Cardinals are going to be a tough team to stop. And in my opinion, they're a dark horse right now. Watch out for the Cardinals. You do not want to be playing them right now.
Cardinals have been struggling with this year, and
not there.
Perfect timing.
Base hit into left, and 2 runs will score.
As I was thinking about, Lord,
you want to call it? Do it. Goldschmidt, high drive, deep left, at the wall, goodbye. Jumped on that.
Josh Bell was one of the biggest stories in baseball to start 2019. I thought that this guy was going to end up with 140 to 150 RBIs. He has kind of fallen off a little bit in the second half, but yesterday him and Colin Moran came in huge as they decimated. Who did they play? They decimated the Reds by a score of 14-0. So there was not 1 second of this ball game where it was close. So if you guys like offense, you're going to enjoy these next few clips.
And a drive to right field. Redbeard. Grand slam, don't you know, to County Cork.
I'm just going to go ahead and deem this as the wild card series. We have the Nationals versus the Cubs. They're both in first and second place in the wild card, because if the Cubs win, then they're in first place. There's actually too much to kind of delve into, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw up a picture right now of the wild card standings, because it could change every single day. It's almost like a head coaching job in the NFL. You do one thing wrong and you're fired. Same thing with the wild card. You do one thing wrong and you're dropping to second, third, fourth place in one day. So let's see who won.
3rd and 1 away. Kendrick, base hit left field. Second pitch from Quintana, and Dozier takes up high for ball 4. So here's a pitch, Gomes up the middle, and that's going to be through for a base hit. Soto comes in to score. Rounding third and coming in to score is Howie Kendrick.
Hudson Satch checks the run of the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
The last 2 games I want to talk about, to be honest, are very meaningless games. That's why I wanted to save them for the end, but they were pretty good. Colby Allard was dominant yesterday. He had 8 strikeouts. He had a scoreless effort. It was really awesome. Good job, Colby Allard, for the Rangers, who are not going to make the playoffs. Same with the Baltimore Orioles. They had a pretty good effort from Pedro Severino, who, in my opinion, is actually raking as a catcher. So the fact that they have Pedro Severino and they took Adley Rutschman, that's a little bit, I'm not saying they have a catcher controversy, but I think Pedro Severino is pretty good. So Orioles and the other team, the Rangers, congrats.
And this ball hit well, high and deep and way.
Colby Allard's night is done as he almost makes it 3 full turns through the batting order here for Chicago. But what a terrific job by Colby Allard tonight, and did a fabulous job.
0-1, swinging a high fly ball, deep left field. Back it goes, it is gone! There's
a grand slam for Pedro, and a 5-0 Orioles lead.
Well, that's how you get the party started with runners in scoring position.
Alright guys, well that is going to do it for today's Major League Baseball recap. If you did enjoy, make sure that you subscribe and slap a like on this one. Comment down below if you like the Players Weekend jersey or you don't. Also, do not forget, if you want to try and win one of those jerseys or hats, follow me on Twitter at FuzzyFromYT. Use code Fuzzy on Seatgeek to save $20 off. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow for yet another MLB recap. Peace out. Whew, this was a long one.